Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Hey, guys. What's up?
What is up?
Hey, we are now truly on the road to 2000.
Ooh,
as we have
button.
we hit our mark. We hit our 50 mark a few weeks ago.
Yes.
But we forget that our real goal is 2000. So we're only 1,950 away.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Well, so there's a study that says that the average person has 150 friends.
Like
I
actual,
don't.
real friends, and not just
Like people you could hang out at a bar with, those type of friends. You can kind of just chill with at a bar and just like shoot the shit and stuff.
Okay.
There's 150. So
I mean, you got to collect them all.
Yeah. So we just need 10 of you technically if you have 150 friends. Just need 10 of you to tell your 150 friends, and we'll be that much closer. Actually, 15 of you, but still. Whatever.
It's kind of like Amway, but instead of anybody making money, you just get to hang out with us.
There were so many different versions of Amway too, which was like the weird thing.
No, let me tell you something that's a little bit more weird, Francis. I mean, I'm sure whatever you're going to say is weird, but it's really weird when one of your really good friends you've known since forever, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like I was trying to think of something, but nothing was coming to mind.
That's good.
When you're aware that they are now doing some sort of, not Amway,
Pyramid
but
scheme?
a pyramid scheme, clear as day, and they post about it all the time. Then they call you. They don't ever call you for anything. And they call you, and then they start asking you do you like your job? And I was like, actually, yes, I do like my job. You know what I like most about my job? I'm not calling other people to ask them how they like their job and how they can make more money hanging out with me. And she was just like, that's not what I was talking about. And I was like, but you were. Because the next sentence out of your mouth was going to be, well, I know a guy.
Yeah, it's the NFT crypto guys. That's what that is. That's NFT crypto.
NFTs worked out for so many people.
Oh man, when I saw the news that 99% of NFTs have no value, was just the funniest thing ever. Just to see on paper, it's like, oh, well, which is funny because I have NFTs that I didn't buy. The AMC, whenever you watch a certain movie, would just give you a free NFT, and they're like, "Here's your NFT for watching Batman or watching whatever. Here you go." So I have like 2 or 3, and it's just like I'm glad I never did anything with them because they don't. Even though when I first got mine and I tweeted about it, "Hi Ginger, yo."
Oh, hey, yo,
Amelia. So when I tweeted about it, somebody came up, messaged me immediately and said, "I'll buy your NFT for $100." I'm like, "No, you're not. No, you're not going to. That's a lie."
I mean,
anyway, buddy.
You pull out the money right now, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I can
give you in Bitcoin too.
I give it to you in Bitcoin. Another thing that doesn't really exist.
Here's your Ethereum.
Enjoy. Dog coin or whatever it was.
Dogecoin, yeah.
Dogecoin, that's what it was.
Elon Musk.
We should ask Jeeves what all the NFTs are.
Ask Jeeves, huh?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, NFTs are about as fucking, are going to be as memorable as Ask Jeeves.
True. Even though the one thing that I thought would go away is like ChatGPT. Like I thought, oh, that's not really gonna be a thing, and now it's a thing. Like it's a thing. It's a real thing.
There's a guy that plays that cop mod on the GTA 5, the LSPDFR.
Yeah.
And he showcased some AI chat, like real-time AI chat. And I was like, ooh, what? That could make things a lot of fun. I don't know how you would do that necessarily, but it could be a lot of fun.
Reminds me, are you excited for 6?
I mean, I waited 8 years to play GTA 5, so I mean, sure. I'm excited for the mods, sure. The hell was I talking about?
Well, you were talking about how the GTA 5
Oh,
will
yeah.
have like AI voice.
So he showcases this what I thought was a mod. It's not a mod. It's Chat GPT, and it sounded really cool as it just kind of, it interlaced with everything, and there was emotion, and the AI was saying funny things that actually worked out, with what was asked. And at the end of the video, the guy's like, "Let me show you the about 3 hours it took me to set up this personality." And just all these different sliders for different personality things and scenarios and where he works and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, oh, man, nope. No, we're not there yet.
Well, Rugged says we should look up what happened to the Microsoft chatbot, but I think I already know. That's the one that went, I think it went racist or something, or it went to the point where they had to shut it down because it was just so, it just became a regular internet person. It became a regular Twitter guy.
Oh, God.
Where it was like...
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you're like, you put an AI out there to especially like learn like a Twitter type of shorthand or what have you, super racist.
Yeah, super racist.
And you have the entire internet for this AI to suck in all this different stuff. There's a lot of hate in all different forms on the internet. There's a lot of it. I would say it probably outweighs all the good stuff. And
there was
So it's not very. I mean, it should have done some better programming to not let that happen. But I guess that's the beauty and whatever the other side of that would be of AI, right? We want you to learn emotions and everything else, and your AI just becomes a racist asshole.
Which apparently it does every time they do it. Every time they put it out there to learn, I forget who did. I think it was like Harvard or something. They tried to get another AI program to read all of this medical journals, all of these medical and science journals and stuff, and it ended up being they had to shut it down because it just kept spouting misinformation. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I just thought of the title for the show, so.
Oh, good.
It doesn't. What I want, I can't.
Just do it.
Well, I want to. I'd say AI is a racist asshole, but that's not very marketable, is it?
It kind of is. It depends. It kind of is, right? Because there's
it's not proper English either. Is an right? No, is a racist. Is yeah.
I don't know if it was Starfish. There, Rugged. I forget what it was. I just saw a blurb of it on something. I barely paid attention to it because I just thought it was like, oh, well, we need to just stop feeding AI in general. We just need to stop doing that. Go back to just, let the people handle the heavy lifting. Don't give it to AI quite yet.
We don't have the technology.
We don't have the technology. Unlike the eight. What is it?
What?
The bionic? No, not the bionic. Is it $5 million man?
$5 million man. Yeah.
$5 million man. We don't have the technology to fix him.
No, we don't even have the
bionic legs, bionic arms.
We're taking people. We have the technology to do face off.
That's true. Oh, hey, eating breadsticks. AI has been racist since AI. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. First off, I love eating breadsticks. They're like the best part of a meal at the Olive Garden. Is that insulting? I don't know. I
To
like
fucking people
I
that
like
like the Olive Garden's, selection of bleh pasta.
I used to have a buddy of mine
There's a
who
place where we're never going or getting invited to.
we're never gonna get sponsored
Yeah.
by Olive Garden. But I had a buddy of mine who's like their whole plan was they would order a meal, but they would just eat breadsticks and salad because it was free. It came with a meal, so and soup. You just ate all that, and then you just took the meal home, and it's like you had a free meal to take home, sort of, because you're just
Sure.
taking the
I mean, it depends on
oiliest pasta in the world.
Well, it all depends on perspective, right? I mean, did you pay for the soup and salad and you got lasagna for free?
I mean, it's the reverse.
I know,
yes.
but
yeah,
I'm just saying.
I know.
As a prize for eating all that salad and breadsticks, here's some salad, or here's some lasagna, or
I want to see.
what's the plate that's got the lasagna, the spaghetti, and the
Oh, the tour of Italy.
yeah, that's it.
I hate that I know that. I hate that I know that that's the name of the meal. Yeah, it's the tour of Italy, and that gives you like the lasagna, the fettuccine
That's
alfredo, and like I think like just bolognese or something like a spaghetti and meatball thing. Wow, I need to stop. I haven't gone to like an Olive Garden like a decade or something. Like it's been a long time, but yet I still remember it. This is sad. We're gonna move on. AI sucks.
Hang on. Did you have Fazoli's out there?
No, we don't have Fazoli's. We have macaroni, grill, and I don't know.
All right, Fazoli's is a fast food Italian joint.
Oh, we have Sbarro's. We don't have Fazoli's. We have
Sbarro's is a
Sbarro's.
fucking pizza joint, bro.
Yeah, but they give you pasta. They give you salad and pasta and stuff.
Salad's
And
not
breadsticks.
Italian.
But they give you like spaghetti and breadsticks. Like they do that stuff.
Oh, okay. Well,
Fazoli? It's called Fazoli's?
yeah, Fazoli's with a Z.
Fazoli's.
Yep.
Oh, wow. There it is.
And you can it has a drive-through. You can drive through and get, a plate of spaghetti if you were that hard up for spaghetti.
There are 2 Fazoli's in Southern California. And
Well, guess where you're going this weekend?
They're far away from me.
Never mind.
All right. No, they're not that far. One's about half an hour away. The other one's about an hour away.
I mean, is that not just fucking normal everyday fucking traffic in LA? I mean, come on.
Good point. I can argue that. That's a fact I can't argue, unfortunately. But yeah, should I go? I mean, should I really go to Fazoli's?
No.
It's not even. It's a sit down restaurant. It's not even like a fast food restaurant. It's like a.
They
it's
have
a
it.
big
The
gigantic
ones here.
tomato.
The ones here have drive-through, my friend.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
This one, oh yeah, this is pretty.
Yeah, they have a sit-down area, but
Okay.
yeah, you can just like go up and get like, can I get the tour of Italy? They got their equivalent of it, and you get you a speckled, strawberry lemonade or something like that. I think is what it's called. I don't know what
One of their
speckled
signature
means.
dishes. No, one of the signature dishes is pizza baked spaghetti.
What in the fuck is that?
So they make spaghetti, and on the top is cheese and pepperoni. So they make it look like a spaghetti or like a pizza, but underneath it is just spaghetti. So it's cheese, it's mozzarella, it's pepperoni, and then underneath it's spaghetti.
I mean, I already hate spaghetti as it is, but that just makes it even worse.
Yeah. Oh boy. Anyway. Hey, look, man. It's we're in it, man. We're in. Speaking of all this stuff and food and whatever, we're in the holidays, dude.
I mean, they haven't.
We're freaking in the holidays, man.
We're like a week away before any holidays start.
So I didn't mention this on our last episode, but on November 1st, Mariah Carey put out a tweet or something. Did you see that where they defrosted her and she started singing
I thought
All I Want for Christmas Is You?
I thought somebody was, doing some Photoshoppery. I didn't know that
Oh, that
was
was
real.
her.
I didn't know that was her.
her.
So in fact, I love the fact that she is aware of the meme. That makes it even better.
It's her and Michael Bublé. If Michael Bublé did a similar meme where he also is like hibernating till Christmas.
Yeah, what is it with people that only come out during one particular season? Like, does Bruce Springsteen only come out around July 4th?
It's because Mariah Carey has stopped being relevant for like the last decade.
You're being quite generous.
2 decades.
There you go.
Okay. So it's been 20 years since she's been relevant of any sort. Michael Bublé has a very specific audience because he's a crooner. So he does the Frank Sinatra type music where it's very like,
racist.
Big ballroom and very AI. It's very AI. No, it's it's the big band and the horns and the violins and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like that's his music. But Mariah Carey hasn't made a hit since what's his face broke up with her. So like she hasn't had anything. She's only now known for All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, if you want some fun homework, anybody out there, you can go to your YouTube machine, and there's somebody out there that took that Mariah Carey song, the one that we're talking about. What's it called?
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah, that one. And they mashed it up with Metallica, like Enter Sandman, I think. It's pretty good. Like Metallica as a Christmas song, it's really good.
I wouldn't say so. I would love Metallica to do. Well, they did. I'm pretty sure they contributed to the Nightmare Before Christmas like cover soundtrack.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure they did. I know Korn did, or somebody, or maybe not. Anyway, Marilyn Manson did. That's for sure. So Ginger says she doesn't sing; she caterwauls, and she can't stand Mariah Carey, which I get. She just has that like, the high range and everything. She has to have her hand up too when she sings.
I saw her,
of course,
hit like her highest note that she can hit, and it freaked the dolphin out.
It would freak everyone out. But eating breadsticks is right. Mariah does own Christmas. Like her
Rugged Monkey saying something or trying to post a link.
Okay, hold on. I need to. If it's a link, we can't. For some reason, I haven't yet. So I have mod powers. I just don't know how to fix the ability to put in links. So Rugged, if you put in a link, just space out the dot and the com. Like just put like blah 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 dot blah blah blah. Whatever link you're trying to put up there. Just put the spaces in. Try to post the YouTube link. Oh, thanks, Rugged. But yeah. But no, dude. Next week is freaking.
But yeah, so next week we can say the holidays. Well, okay, by the time this comes out, no.
No, you don't have to do it, Rugged. Just joking. I mean, if you wanted to, you could. But you don't have to. I thought it was something else, so yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, Thanksgiving is next week, which is crazy to think about.
I mean, I think I said this back in July, but it seems that to me, anyway, that after July 4th, like time speeds up. The end of summer is, it's July 4th, and holy shit, there's snow on the ground. I mean, that's how it feels to me.
Yeah, it's September for me. Like once September hits, it feels like boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Once Labor Day hits, we're just like holidays, time off, anniversaries, all that stuff. Oh, it still doesn't work. Even with the spaces, it still doesn't work. They take out the YouTube part, which is so stupid.
It is stupid.
Don't worry about it, Rugged. I'll figure out how to make it so that we allow links. I don't know why it doesn't allow links.
So it's probably so somebody doesn't like drop a.
Well, it's to prevent spam.
Pornhub or something.
It's to prevent spam because someone can just spam a link.
No.
Oh, go to whatever.
Sure.
And people will click on the link. So.
Yeah. Yeah, what, tour of Italy. What are we talking about?
Holidays, but you can talk about
Holidays.
anything
Yeah.
you want now.
I'm ready to stuff my face. You know.
Good,
Yeah,
as you should be.
Love hanging out with the family. That's always a good time. The food part. I like the food part.
Okay. You
I
should.
don't, I mean,
Yeah.
don't really have an ending to that, but I like food.
Yeah. Like I just to me it's really just the speed of time that happens during this time of the year, where summer seems like it lasts forever. The beginning of the year is kind of goes by pretty quickly because it's New Year and everything, but like past that middle part just slow, and then everything like the beginning and the end of the year gone.
Yeah.
It's like a magic trick. Like
Oh, magic.
blink and you missed it.
It's like that guy show.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look at that. Somebody new just followed us.
Hey there, social combat.
Social combat.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Spell the K. What palette swapped ninja are you?
Well, they're Noob Saibot. That's the one. To buy a spoon.
Yes. I always thought that was awesome back in the day. When because you don't know that about Noob Saibot.
No.
When you see him, you're like, what the hell? And then you find out later you're reading the EGM or what other magazine was out there? Game Informer.
Well, right. Or you get the Prima Play Guide or whatever.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And then you
Oh,
go to the
these are
back and
amazing.
because you've read every page of all those books, you know everything. You're like, let me get to the back. I didn't read this stuff.
Yeah. Fun fact, by the way, Noob Saibot is really to buy a spoon. Oh, and if you do this, Ed Boon will say whoopsie, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Which is also a fun video to watch. Is like the making of MK1, watching them the actors, before as they got digitized.
Yeah. Like it's so crazy. I forget, because I forget that the first game is just like real people superimposed into like a
It's
digital background.
just pixelated. Yeah. It was great. It was great.
Hands and feet just flailing all over the place.
Because
It's the
remember
best.
when you would spam the punch and they'd go left right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They filmed that. It's awesome. That game, I remember seeing it there was a comic. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, so there was a comic book store right across the street from my high school, and you find yourself in there sometimes when you should be doing other things, but it's a comic book store, so it's okay. And you walk in, and one day, you've been in there to play some Street Fighter. You've been in there to get the Beavis and Butthead short run of the comics.
Yeah.
Then you walk in one day and there's this Mortal Kombat, and you're like, what is this?
I'm mortal.
I am. I like these things. And somebody that had already been playing or was more hip than I was, doing fatalities. Like, wait a second, this ain't no Street Fighter game. And then you find your groove, you find your character. Next thing you know, you're sitting there playing while some wide-eyed kid comes in. Like, what is this? Put your money up here, kid, and I'll show you.
Just to kind of age myself, but I'm going to be sad that kids nowadays won't know what it's like to have to put a quarter over the second player or the first, whichever side you're on, just to be like, I'm next, because you have to announce that you're going to be the next.
You have to put your place. Everybody's got their place.
And then you just see a row of quarters, and you just kind of, there was an honor system, like, okay, that quarter is this kid over here, that quarter is that kid over there, and you watched them play, and you just stood behind a bunch of kids just watching them play video games, and it's like,
There was an arcade at one of the malls close to where I lived, and in their basement they had a Sega run arcade called Sega City.
Oh yeah.
And on Tuesdays, they did $10 Tuesday. $10 at the door, 3.5 hours. All machines are on free play. So we would go in. That's when Virtua Fighter 3 had just come out. You want to age? You're not talking about aging. And we had quarters, pogs, cigarettes. What else did people use? A little Lego or a G.I. Joe or something like that. Just anything to differentiate yourself from other people. And they would all line up on the second player because whoever, usually whoever started playing is usually pretty good. And then each person would just fall in place, take their placeholder, put it at the back. Well, if a kid that wasn't part of our group came in, we would just let them play, get their asses handed to them, and then all right, get out of here, kid.
So, I don't know how old you are eating breadsticks, but the only time I've seen this reference is on Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, oh my god.
Well,
wow.
Pretty old we are.
That's.
I mean, it's been, again, everything is perspective, right, Francis? I mean,
it is.
You're right. Mid to late 80s, stretching early 90s arcades, depending on where you were dark, dingy, smelled and filled of cigarette smoke. Most of the machines had cigarette burns on them because you could smoke in the malls back then. You could smoke everywhere in the mall. Not in the stores, but even the arcade you could smoke in.
Yeah, but that's where you're from.
Okay, well, here in fucking Podunk, Colorado, where those fucking we wear spurs on our cowboy boots and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was always my arcade experience. Dark, dingy. Stuff had cigarette, tobacco burns on everything. Then when you went to a chain, like a big place, I can't think of any of the arcade names that were like big chain places. Boardwalk USA was one of the very first places I saw where you put money onto a card, where you had no tokens, you had no quarters.
Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese is that way.
Chuck E. Cheese, well, it is now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, Chuck E. Cheese was tokens. Yeah. We had Tilt, but go on. Okay.
Tilt. We had a Tilt. Tilt was dark, dingy, full of cigarette burned machines.
Here's the problem with Southern California is they're like the first for everything. Like we stopped having smoking areas like pretty early on. So like we couldn't, people could smoke. You couldn't just smoke anywhere, right? Like I didn't start seeing. I honestly, except for my family, I didn't see strangers smoke. And I didn't see smoking again until I was in college, when everyone smoked because everyone's stressed out, and they needed something. To calm down. So everyone smoked in college.
Sure.
So yeah, that's the last time I saw that amount. So when I think of arcades, ours were well lit. Everyone was fairly. There weren't a lot of adults. Everyone was fairly young. Everyone had their little, again, they had their quarters and they put it on the thing, but there were no ashtrays. Got rid of ashtrays. So yeah, it depends on the era because unfortunately, or fortunately, we kind of got rid of smoking really early on.
Yeah.
In our thing. So
I miss arcades a lot.
I do too.
Dave and Buster's, Red and Jerry's.
Not good enough.
I can't think of any other ones. They're not. They're all of those places. Even what's that Japanese arcade that's here? That's a Japanese arcade.
We have a round one. Here.
Round one. Yeah, that's the one.
There you go. Eating breadsticks was round one.
Even that place, it's all ticket grabbing and merch munching, and
Well, round one is the claw machines. A lot of claw
A
machines.
lot of
in
claw
round one.
machines.
Yeah.
Round one was the very first time I ever saw a Street Fighter 3 cabinet. So I gave them props for that. I mean, there's a lot of cool arcade games, but the one that I went to anyway was the majority of it seemed to be just all merch grabbing stuff and just
But round one, but first off, it is very Japanese because it has a lot
Fair,
of dancing
fair.
games, a lot of like rhythm games where you
Mhm.
need a headset. There's karaoke, bowling. Mine has karaoke, bowling, ping pong, and billiards and darts. And we have something called sports cha attached to it, which is like a part of round one. So you can do like basketball and play sports on like unlimited sports you want to do, for X amount of dollars. So interesting, but
I mean, the
yeah,
one I went to is attached to a bowling alley,
yeah, the bowling alley, yeah, nothing wrong with that.
which I guess is kind of a sport.
Yeah, when I went to Japan, that's what they have. They have arcades that bowl like that's how they just have like a mall with a bowling alley, just like sitting there. Like, oh, okay. That's weird because it's just like you go down a set of stairs and there's just like a bowling alley.
Hmm.
Like
Uh,
no ads, no nothing. It's just a bowling alley.
a buddy of mine is out there, was just out there for Godzilla Day.
I was going to ask if you saw Godzilla -1, but I want to say Rugged points out that billiard halls are a thing of the past too, which I do agree. I miss
That
billiard
sucks
halls.
as
Those are
well.
fun.
I was thinking about billiards the other day, how ESPN, here we're going to date ourselves even more. ESPN, throughout the whole early to mid and mid 90s, they
Right.
were billiards heavy, whether it was 9-ball, 8-ball, trick shots, and you saw the same people all the time. Earl Strickland. The fact I even know that fucking name, that I just pulled it out of my ass.
Impressive.
There is a couple Filipino guys that
Oh,
were just,
really?
oh my
Not
god,
surprised.
the
Not surprised.
amazing billiards players. They would play snooker as
Snooker.
well, which
Yeah.
I still don't understand.
Yeah. It's UK
Yeah,
billiards.
it's amazing ball control, giggity. But I don't understand it. But
Ah.
I used to love watching
is.
billiards on ESPN. It was great. People would come up with trick shots. They'd be like, "Here, hold this hat 6 feet away from the table. I'm gonna, shoot a ball into it." And you're like, "What? How?" And then he does it.
Ephraim Reyes apparently.
Yes.
Is another.
Efren Reyes. Yeah, he's got uh, a shot. It's like a 3 cushion shot that he makes a ball off of. You're like, how did you even think of doing that? Hitting 3 cushions before you hit the ball, and you still made it. Yeah, he was amazing. There's another Filipino guy. The two of them, Francisco something or other, maybe that was his last name. Yeah, made me fall in love with billiards for sure.
I'm trying to remember what happened when ESPN not dissolved, but they had to do. I forget what happened, but they like went to poker for like a really long time, where they just did poker.
That's right.
And I forgot. Remember, it
Like
was
the
just
early 2000s.
yeah, but I forgot what happened to make them be like.
It
"Oh, we're
just
not doing
became
sports anymore.
that
We're
was
just doing spoke."
the thing. Late after Sports Center was done at whatever
Yeah.
10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. That was just
they
a
did.
hot thing. Table. What do you call that kind of poker?
Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em. I was gonna say
Yeah.
tabletop. Texas Hold'em was the thing in the early 2000s. That was the fucking card game to play.
Let's see. Oh, I know who Social Cosplay is. Hi there, Social Combat. How's it going?
Oh,
I don't.
I
So,
like
so sad that it took you a while to come in and chat. But hi.
I think I have a thing on there. You got to watch for 10 minutes if you're the first time there. so you just don't like drop
Spam.
in. Yeah. Make you
We
watch
had a few
us.
spammers there, so sorry about that, social. But hey, how's it going? We're Twitter pals. Now I think you know each other
Okay.
through Super Geeked Up.
Okay.
Yeah. But cool. I'm glad you're here.
Awesome. Thanks for being
So
here.
awesome. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out.
What were we just talking
We were
about?
talking about billiards, and then we were talking about
No.
something else, and then that's it.
All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Talking about billiards, we're talking about something else. That's okay. We don't have to talk about that anymore.
We were talking about. We started talking about Godzilla. My buddy was in Japan for. I just broke my pen. My buddy was in Japan for Godzilla Day and got to see the premiere of -1.
Oh, that's good. And thank you, social, for coming by and subscribing. By the way,
Thank you. Yes, thank you. I was supposed to go see Godzilla 2000 on Godzilla Day, but instead I was not feeling well and didn't feel like going to a theater while not feeling well.
sorry, Rugged is saying squirrel for some reason. Don't know why.
I don't know why either, but I dig it.
Yeah, no, I saw the Godzilla because I know how much you love Godzilla. I'm like, oh, there's a -1 that has getting great reviews.
Mm-hmm.
People are really enjoying -1,
Yeah,
which I don't understand the title.
I mean, doesn't matter. What's Godzilla? What the fuck is Godzilla 2000?
The date, at least it tells you like, oh, well, it's this era of Godzilla.
Okay, fair.
But -1, like, what does -1 mean? Like, do we get one less Godzilla? Is that what it means?
We're gonna have to go see it.
Maybe it is 2,000 power breadsticks.
Maybe.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe.
Maybe his power's over 2,000, not 9,000 like
He's-
Dragon Ball. It's just 2,000.
That's funny, Monkey, because the very first show I ever recorded, the title of which was called "Staying Off Topic."
So essentially, this podcast, which I wasn't a part of that first one, but this is just really a continuation of that.
It
one,
really
where
is.
Our
It
goal
really-
isn't to stick to a single topic; it's to jump into as many topics as possible in the hour plus that we do this show.
Yeah, I've always said we'll never solve any problems here, or you know, we'll probably raise more questions than anything else. But I appreciate that you're here for it. That's great.
Yeah, the goal is to just be all over the place,
Just to have fun.
and I know, and now that we're having a little bit, you know, our chat room hasn't been active as much in general, and it has been lately, and I feel like we're now more all over the place as a result.
I mean, that's okay
Really?
though.
Which is great. I'm
Because
glad.
I mean,
It's
like I wrote 4 or 5 things down here that may or may not be all that interesting. So far,
That's okay.
these things have been a bit more interesting anyhow.
Yeah.
But let me kind of look here.
So no more Godzilla. Done with Godzilla.
I mean, I'll never be done with Godzilla.
Wait, are you gonna watch it, or did just your friend watched it?
My friend was in Japan and saw it.
Did he watch it where on that street where Godzilla's poking out of the building?
See,
Nice.
yes, he posted as well as much as you can selfie, trying to.
Well, yeah, because
It's on the roof of a building. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little archway that says it's Godzilla Street, and then Godzilla's head is sticking out from one of the buildings in the background. And there's a nice convenience store called Don Quixote that's like right there. That's like their signature. Like that's where you get your stuff is at the Don Quixote.
Well, I'm sure he went there.
Anyway.
I'm sure he went there.
I'm sure.
He's got a gigantic tattoo, a Godzilla tattoo. I mean, he's even a bigger Godzilla fan than I am.
Does he speak Japanese?
I'm not going to make any assumptions, but based on the short time I've known this guy, probably.
Is he a YouTuber?
No.
Okay, because YouTubers are ruining Japan for a lot of people.
Oh.
Not, in the same way that one of the Pauls did. In the UK,
Where's my censor button?
Yeah, went to that forest, and when they started throwing Pokeballs at random Japanese tourists.
Yeah.
There was a video of that one guy, I forget his name. He was in jail right now, but he got punched out by
I saw that
dude while he was streaming. Yeah. So he apparently annoyed enough people that he is now in a Japanese jail cell and has been spending the last couple months in a Japanese jail cell.
I mean,
And people are really hoping he'll get the 5-year sentence of staying in a Japanese prison.
fuck around and find out. Like,
Yeah.
the number one unwritten rule in Japan, I've never been there, but even I know this. Don't annoy anybody.
And it's really hard to do because everyone's really nice over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really hard to piss people off. And these guys were actively. And then another YouTuber apparently did something where it was uncouth or something. Like, they overstuffed a taxi, and he got in trouble for it because he knew the rules and he didn't follow them, stuff like that. So YouTubers are slowly destroying Japan for the rest of us, like me, who wants to go back at some point.
Just don't walk around with a fucking expensive camera with a gigantic lens doing selfie shit all the time.
That's true. No, I just have my phone.
I'd maybe not even do that.
Yeah. I gotta take you still. We gotta go. We'll do a live points of interest from Japan.
from the busiest intersection in the world. Just the whole podcast is us just crossing the street every 3 minutes.
So we're just at Shibuya Crossing, just going
That's
back and forth on Shibuya Crossing.
Yeah.
Which it really is. Like, it's just people waiting to cross the street. It's like, okay. All right, I guess we're gonna walk back now. And there's a Starbucks where people gather at the second floor. Literally, just stacked full of people just taking pictures of the crosswalk because people are just walking back and forth in large numbers. It's like, wow, this is so touristy.
Japan's got some innovative stuff. I mean, we've all seen the heated toilet seats and the robot, delivery system of food, or the capsule hotel that's manned by AI ninjas and dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaur ones. Yeah.
I've gone on such a rant. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the simple things like a diagonal crosswalk.
It's like, the most.
It makes sense.
The crosswalk is so popular. They have a fake one that they use for movies and TV shows and stuff. They just have a fake one of the exact same crosswalk, like somewhere else in that same city, and you can just go there, and it's not the same thing, obviously, but it's just like, oh, okay. Anyway, all right. Look, you get
a big group of your 150 friends that we all have, and you just get them to all stand really tight in a bunch, right? And you just walk across the street, and then we all have technology basically in our pockets to just duplicate those groups of people and make a gigantic conga line of the same 150 people.
The people of Japan will love that.
Right.
Anyway. So what's on your list? Let's go.
What is on the list? Let's see. Is this interesting or not? Okay, yeah, it is. All right, there's this building, new building in Denver.
I'm picturing the building. I'm seeing the building.
I wanted to pull an image, but I forgot. But this building was built with a canyon in the middle of it.
Oh.
Did I write it down? No.
Yeah, the name of the canyon? Oh.
No, it's got a name. It's one something.
Canyon Bonita. Oh.
No. No. But it's an apartment building, and it's got some retail space. But through the center of the building is like a space where vegetation will one day grow.
Okay.
So the building, I mean, it's a solid building, but there's fucking hole in the middle of it.
So,
So they're starting to rent out spaces.
okay.
I did not see the size of the units. There's about 187 units in this building for
Okay.
residential. $15,000. I don't know if it was a month or if you have to buy these things. I don't know what it was, but $15,000 just to fucking do the application.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Like a deposit. I tried to read more, but it took me to a site that I had to sign up for, and I don't do that.
Yeah, we have something like that here. We have like we have like this mall area called Americana, where you can live over the shops, and it's like super expensive. I don't know why you want to live over the shops of like a mall, because it's just loud all the time. Like, who
Right.
wants that? There's one in LA, the same thing. Just live over shops. Um, that's just like a thing. I don't understand why that's a thing. It's like, yeah, cool. You're convenient. You can go to the H&M, whenever you want. You can go to the Apple store whenever you want.
Right.
But like, why? Why live? Why do you want to live where there's just constant noise? We could do the show if that were the case.
Oh, right.
Convinced of having a pretzel. What do you mean by that? Breadsticks, which is very convenient. Funny that you're suggesting pretzel stand with your breadsticks here. But
Nice.
are you trying to convince? Should we open a pretzel stand? Is that what you're trying to convince us to do? Because we can do that. I don't mind.
Instead of Annie Ann's.
No convenience of having a pretzel stand. Well, that's true. I guess there you go. That's why you live
I mean,
over.
Yeah, I think I would rather live over. What was the store you said? An H&M and an Annie Ann's, over say like a restaurant. I don't know the difference between a pretzel joint and a restaurant. I just don't want. I don't want to smell the same shit all the time.
Oh, that's right. You can smell the food. See, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's that's the only thing. It's like, I don't know if I really want that.
Like say you move into a joint that has a restaurant underneath it, and you're the floor right above the restaurant.
Okay.
And it's a restaurant that serves food that you just cannot stand.
So pickles, just pickles everywhere. Okay.
Spaghetti.
Oh yeah, right. Spaghetti for you, pickles for me. Yeah.
Right. And that's all they served.
Mm.
That would suck. 'Cause that's all you'd have to smell all the time.
And that's true. But then again, the convenience of a pretzel stand.
But the convenience, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it'd be really nice to be like, I'm pretty stoned. I'm going to go downstairs and get me a hot pretzel.
So that's the thing.
I don't have to drive anywhere. I'm being responsible. I'm being safe.
Yeah.
Go downstairs, get me a hot pretzel and a soda pop.
But so this is so you're telling me this is a new complex though of living apartments.
It's
over a mall.
I remembered why I wrote it down, but
Why'd you write it down?
so it's called the place is called One River North.
I'm looking this up. One River North. Okay.
Yeah.
In Denver.
Yeah. Well, here's why I brought it up. So it's One River North. What the fuck is that? All right. Well, it's in a neighborhood that has recently, and I don't know how recent it was. Let's say 15 years recent.
Mm-hmm.
Gentrified. It's actually a neighborhood called 5 Points, which was a really important part of Denver's history as far as civil rights go. There's even a big plaque right where you pick up the RTD train thing and buses and whatnot, talking about welcome to 5 Points. Here's why it's called 5 Points and history of it. But then white people moved in and they called it River North.
Okay.
But nobody calls it River North. Francis, they call it Rhino.
5 Points. Oh.
Rhino. Like we're in fucking New York with Sobo or whatever the ho and
we have LA is the same way. We have WeHo and we have NoHo.
what the fuck is WeHo?
West Hollywood and North Hollywood. WeHo is West Hollywood. North Hollywood is NoHo. Yeah. Don't look at me. I didn't name them.
I didn't look at. I looked down, my friend. I looked down.
Yeah, we have that.
I always thought people were really proud to be from West Hollywood. Like, like they didn't say that they were from Hollywood. They said they were from West Hollywood.
Yeah, West Hollywood. Yeah.
Like, they didn't say they were from WeHo.
WeHo. Yeah.
What else do you have?
Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but
we have one that's not even a fucking a neighborhood. It's an area. South Broadway. Sobo.
I mean, we have the Valley, and we have.
I mean, but it's always been the Valley.
Well,
it was the Valley when I was a kid visiting my fucking grandma.
It's called the Inland Empire. It's like a castle. It's like it's supposed to be like a there's like a castle there or something, and it's considered the meth capital of Southern California. But still, it doesn't matter. It's
the Emerald Triangle.
Yeah. So we have like weird names like that.
I don't know what it is about Rhino, but it just
Rhino's pretty bad.
Sandpaper's my nuts. It's horrible.
I've never heard that before. New phrase.
I just came up with it. Copyright.
So I'm looking at the floor plans. They're very nice. I mean, they're super expensive. I mean, they're okay. They're LA prices, right? Like, I'm looking at I'm like, it's $3,000 for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Okay,
like,
so I don't know where this $15,000 thing, but every time I look up the name of this place, that's what pops up. Is $15,000 something, a deposit of some sort, or
be a deposit
application fee, or I don't know. There's only 187 units in this place, and one of the little snippets I saw said that they have thousands of applicants.
Is this really what the building looks like? It looks like a cracked building with like.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's no vegetation in there yet. It's just the Grand Canyon in the middle of a building.
Yeah, because in the picture it has like trees and stuff right in the middle.
Yeah, those trees aren't there yet.
This is like mega city. This is like dystopian sort of.
Yeah, that's just a fucking random ass building in random part of outskirts downtown Denver.
North.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which really is just a fucking train depot.
I look forward to your new home at One River North.
Jesus. Yeah, let me go outside. Sorry for all the noise. There's some monkeys outside, in the jungle.
Oh, no. If you're going to be paying this much money, the windows and the doors are going to be made of like triple pane. Everything. You're not going to be able to hear anything. You're not going to be able to hear just nothing. Outdoor, nothing.
Judge Dredd going to show up. That'd be sweet.
Judge Dredd is going to show. I mean, Judge. Yeah, I am the law. And just come up to you.
So good. Every time, Francis. Some of us
haven't seen.
Some of us, we get hit with things, and we have new discoveries that we can either do or can't do anymore. And Francis ended up with one of those that. Something happened, and he ended up with the greatest Sylvester Stallone impression ever.
Oh man! Well, one day you'll see the fabled radio play that I wrote. But I have the really exaggerated Stallone. Adrian. Anyway,
we'll put it out as an episode maybe one day.
One day. I mean, it's there. You have it. I gave it to you, didn't I?
Yeah. I have it.
Anyway.
So enough of super ass expensive gentrified neighborhoods in Colorado.
Sure.
Francis, actually.
Yes.
You've got some. So you got some. Well, you're about to tell us. You got fun news. It's not the coolest news that you could have, right? But it's.
I don't understand why it's not. Why not? Why can't it be?
Well, I mean, it is currently, but I'm just saying, Francis Fernandez in search of a kidney.
Oh, well, that too, I guess.
I'm saying that would be the ultimate exciting news.
I mean, if I ever get the call that I have a kidney, which is funny because
you have two currently. Just one of them sucks.
No, but they both suck. Actually,
okay.
That's why I need a kidney.
Okay.
That's why.
Never mind.
One. Which is funny because we have like 3 people in here at least, maybe more, who have no idea what I'm talking about in regards to my kidney. But I have stage 5 renal kidney disease. So I have failed kidneys. I'm on dialysis and everything. But you can't tell because I'm fine. I look normal, but I don't have functioning kidneys. But so what Josh is talking about, the exciting news would be if somebody happened to have a kidney for me for some reason, and I'm able to have a kidney and be like, yay, I have a kidney. And then I don't have to do this anymore. Because it's not to be a downer or anything, but just for those who've never heard of, who have never experienced it before. But if you don't have a kidney that works, you have to be on a machine that does the work for you. And most places, it takes years, literal years, to find someone who can donate. Well, not donate. I mean, you can donate if you want. If you're a live person, you can donate. But for someone like me, who, no one has come up yet, and I don't blame you. I'm not like shaming anyone for not giving me a kidney because
you
it's
should.
your body. You want to, no. Everyone's got their own lives. They gotta deal with stuff. But the crazy thing is that I have to wait for someone to die so that I can get their kidney. There's this long list of people in this list. I'm on it, luckily, that can get a kidney. So until that time, I have 2 non-functioning kidneys. So that's the news that he's talking about. Like if somebody just randomly like, here you go, you got a kidney now, my life would change because then I'd be healthy and I can travel and do stuff again. I haven't been doing any of that stuff, but I did buy a car. Which is what this was leading up to. Was yes. I did buy a car, which is the other news because I had a bright yellow / orange Mini Cooper that Josh has been in, has crammed himself in a few times. I picked him up from the airport in a car like that where his luggage didn't fit into the freaking trunk because my trunk was the size of a Tic Tac. And I drove my car to the ground. I literally just drove it to the ground.
I mean, well, that time you tried to be John Snyder and what was the other guy's name? Don Woppet? John Woppet
from Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have your bow to your Luke, but
I didn't.
That time you tried to fucking jump the General Lee.
Did I tell you that story? I did, because I did tell you.
Well,
you
didn't. You didn't do it on purpose, but
yeah. So I used to use that car for work, and there was one time where I was so tired I didn't notice how fast I was going down a residential street, and I launched my car on a dip. I had air for about a good 5-6 seconds before I landed again. I'm like, oh, I'm awake. I'm really awake, and then boom, and just the car just slams into the ground, and it's already a car that's low, so the whole bottom part of my car just rattled.
There was a moment where it froze in time, and Francis, old Uncle Jesse came over the voiceover, and Francis found himself in quite a pickle here.
Those cartoons where you just like, oh no, that happened. That happened for like a second. It was just like, oh.
Oh, fuck, that just broke me.
See, you in social like that one, so that's good.
Oh, God.
So I just ruined the car ever since. And I put like 200 plus miles on a car that I only owned for like 8 years. So I put in a ton of miles. I pretty much abused that car. So I had to get a new car at some point because this one was pretty much falling apart, and I now have a new car. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, and if it's not something you're into, I get it. That's cool.
I mean, what have they been? What have they been into in the last hour and 10 seconds?
No, they're here. They're still
true.
here.
That's
They're
true.
talking. But it's funny because I think you guys missed when Josh had his experience getting a car. He spent 3 months trying to get a car. Like actually 6 months technically because of circumstances.
Yeah, because things.
So technically 6 months to get a new car, and it took him forever. I only took like a month, if that, maybe 3 weeks.
6 weeks.
6, yeah, if anything. Because I'm a little less picky. I'm just gonna get a car.
Okay, fair. I mean, you weren't.
Yeah, well, you wanted. Yeah,
you weren't looking for a 20-year-old's fuckboy car either.
Well, you were looking for something very specific. You were looking for
I was.
You want something that you could like trick out, that you could really just make your own. Me, I'm like, I need a car that I can drive forever and not feel bad about, and I also like that I just feel comfortable in. That doesn't kill me cost-wise. That's not going to just like make me the poorest man in the world. So I did end up getting a lovely Toyota Corolla hybrid. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let Josh explain that then, because that was an interesting description of your car. So go and please explain your car.
I have a 2020 Honda Civic hatchback, which to me represents the epitome of a fuckboy car. Like a 20-something-year-old would have this car, and he's the type of dude that wears the glasses on the back of his shirt, and has product in his hair, likes to fuck a lot. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I am not that, but my car might make people think I am that though.
Do you have a spoiler and frame decals?
I mean,
flame decals?
Every car basically has a spoiler, like factory.
Not really.
Kind of.
Mine doesn't have a spoiler. Mine just has a regular.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
mine
has one, not like a big racer spoiler, but I mean, it's a factory little, tailgate spoiler. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need any more than that. Flame decals? No. I used to have a 72 Dodge Charger. That would have been the car to do a flame job on.
My aunt's 2000 Sentra has a spoiler off the lot.
See, that's what I'm saying.
All right, okay. I'm the weirdo. I'm the one weirdo without a spoiler on my car.
Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Social.
Thank you so much. Glad you could stop by, Social. Really appreciate it. But yeah, we're almost done anyway. So you got to the end. So
we hit like 2 things off of this list. That's great.
It's all right.
It's fine.
So anyway, the last thing I'm gonna say is the last thing I wanted you to say was I wanted you to say real quick what you did to your car.
Oh, I changed all the lighting and tinted it, and yeah.
The decals add at least 10 horsepower.
They do.
That's why Josh has like 50 decals. I want that 500 horsepower, man.
Yeah, man. No, man. My car's got an automatic CVT, just like yours. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it is never going to be fast, quote unquote.
That's true. My car doesn't brake. Yeah, my car doesn't like go 0 to 60 in like
9
seconds. It takes like
it's like 9.
It takes a minute. Yeah.
I did the research on your car. What's really cool.
Yeah, which is so fun. I love that you went and did all the research too.
Well, it's because I'm interested. I'm not a car guy per se, but I am interested in technology, especially technology that was derived from car racing.
Oh yeah.
And I asked you, all the reviews I'd seen on your car, all the information that I could find on your car, none of it talked about how it regenerates power, whether it's plugged in or how you told me regenerative braking power.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, the F1 uses it currently. I don't know. I'm sure I think IndyCar uses it as well. I'm sure there's a few others, probably the IMSA guys, but it's awesome because at first it was just when they hit the brakes, it recharged the battery that was on board their car.
Mm-hmm.
The technology has improved to the point where when the drivers take their foot partially off the gas pedal, it starts to regenerate.
Yeah.
So that's the way to go. This whole plugging your car in and having, you buy the Tesla and you got to go get a 220 drop in your garage.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which if you know how to do it, pretty easy to do. I watched a guy do it. It took him about 20 minutes to do it. But to do it properly, you got to have a dude come out and you got to look at his ass crack while he does it. And yeah, like braking and regenerating a battery, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's mine. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to... so Rugged says I bought my SUV based on off-road reviews. If it can beat it... Oh, I can beat it up and it still runs, then it will survive me. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of important. I got a car for convenience, so I can, do road trips or whatever. Best cars come from sports. Yep, from other sports input. I agree.
If you are really interested to see what your car in 10 to 15 years is going to have on it as standard, look at today's Mercedes E-Class.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Like everything, that and Volvos.
Oh yeah.
Volvo, first car to have a 3-point harness.
Right. Well, yeah, Volvo's the. I don't know if it's still the lead in safety, but I know that Volvo, that's like that was their kind of bread and butter for a long time was safety.
Yeah, but go look at the highest trim level E-Class, and that's what your car will have in it at some point. The reverse cameras first on a Volvo or Mercedes. The adaptive cruise control first on a Mercedes.
Oh yeah.
So it's just
the Mini didn't have that, so having it on this was like, I live in the future. This is the future.
Did you tell me that this car only had less than 10 miles on it when you picked it up?
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6. Even after my test drive, it was still about 5 or 6 miles.
That is amazing. I mean, that.
So yeah.
I had a 2001 Celica with the whole body kit, from the factory and the whole 9 yards. What was I? Why did I bring that up? It's late. I'm tired.
It's all good. Again, for those who don't know, he works 10 hours a day.
Yeah. I have no time to recharge. I scarfed some nasty McDonald's, and then now we're doing this.
Yep.
When I bought that car back then, what were we just talking about?
All I know
Doesn't matter.
The party started. I don't know. Anyway,
It doesn't matter.
That's fine. We can wrap it up if you want.
Let me wrap it up with this. And we really try to not bring up work stuff here on the podcast, just because we try to have a good time. And also, I got burned almost 10 years ago through talking about work stuff on social media. So, but anyway,
it's a whole other story.
We had to do some training at the workplace, and they took a bunch of us in groups up to where they wanted us to do it on laptops. And I just thought I was going to go up there, read some stuff, sign some stuff, move on. No, we got to watch videos.
Oh, my favorite.
And there's like 8 people in this room, all at different points in the training. So you can't listen to it, just the onboard speakers. There on the table was just some random ass, unprotected, no ear condom headphones.
Yummy.
I looked at my boss person. And I'm like, I can't wear these. Can you please go get like some Clorox wipes or something? Like, I can't just put these on. Like, I will have a 404 error, like big time. He looked at me and he's just like, yeah, I can do that. I'm just like, yeah, would you please? Because I'm about to have a flip out right now. Like, that is one of the most disgusting things out there. Francis, if our feet were the same size, I would have no problem wearing your shoes. I would want them to be the next day. I wouldn't want to put them on right after you wore them. But it wouldn't gross me. I wouldn't 404 error.
There's a reason why they spray down bowling shoes, for instance.
I have been to the bowling alley because I got gigantic feet. You know, they don't always have the big ass shoes. I'm like, hey, I need a 12, and like, oh, here's a guy that just returned them. Like, just returned them, so he was just wearing them. Spray, not even a full second in each shoe, and I'm like, hey, whatever, that's fine. I'm gonna burn these socks afterward anyway. No, but like, it doesn't. That doesn't bother me. But if you were wearing, so your cans that you're wearing right now, I was sitting next to you and you heard some awesome jam or something funny on your YouTube machine, and you took your cans off and you put them on my head, I would probably swipe them off and throw them across the room because they'd be all warm and possibly sweaty.
I have in-ear earbuds that I would never share with anyone else because I look at them and they look gross. I even get grossed out, and they're my own ears. I'm like, oh boy, I should probably clean this.
I have seen people, regardless of where I was, take an earbud out of their ear and shove it into the person's ear next to them.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I comment about how gross that is, they go, there's nothing that gross about it. Their ears are clean. I'm like, yeah, on the outside, you just stuck something of yours in theirs, and then you're going to stick it back in yours without, like, at least spitting on it first? Like, that. Where's the line of grossness for people? Like,
I don't know, but
like, this person had a lip
bring it up
ring.
because it grossed you out? Is that why you bring it up because the idea of putting in someone else's headphones grossed you out?
Well, no, it's because it happened. I mean, there was headphones on the table for me to put on, and I'm like, I don't know who put those on before me. A, B, they're not mine, so that's gross times 2. And no, like,
I hope this was on your list.
it was. It was
on your
actually.
list? Okay, good.
Yeah, that was really about it. Formula One's in Vegas this weekend. That's kind of cool. We were talking about racing stuff. What's not cool is that they're racing at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday, so they can make sure to hit the early morning European market, which is their main draw. But it's going to suck for the people of Vegas. They're going to be up all night listening to fucking turboed V6s. What?
Not new for Vegas. They have that stupid globe now. That weird.
That's losing its ass, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, the CEO of the company quit, apparently, and like the ROI apparently is just like doesn't exist.
I mean, because what can you do with it, really?
I mean, it's a concert. It's a concert venue.
Happy
You put concerts on.
Yeah, they only had the one with U2 in it, and that was it. They didn't do anything since.
I thought they've done something
they
after
like
that.
Movies and stuff in there too.
Oh,
but
okay.
Not really. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to go see a movie in a 3D or a 360 degree projection.
Oh, it does that whole immersive thing that they do in like California Adventure, where they're like, "Oh, I'm flying," and oh, I'm
Hey,
underwater.
look, you spoiled Californian with your fun things at your malls and fun activities. They don't have those here.
All right.
The coolest thing that we got here that's like that is there's some shitty arcade you can go to and sit inside of a machine that tilts back and forth while you watch a roller coaster.
Woo!
It's not even as cool as Star Tours.
I can't. What can I say? Yay, California.
That's what I'm saying, man. I wish every winter I can just move out there. Just snowbird in California.
One day.
Yeah. Yeah, one day when this show starts making money.
I was going to say, so thanks everyone for listening. But yeah, I don't know if you were here in the beginning. We're trying to get to 2,000, and I think right now we're at 54. So
we're on the way. We are on the way.
1,946 away from hitting our mark. So if you know anyone
which is
to listen to two people ramble, bring them on by.
The 2,000 thing is an inside joke, really, between Francis and I and our other host that's no longer on the show. Still with us, still friends. Just
right
off being a married lady.
It's not. Oh, that's true. She's married now. Yeah. No, it's not. 2,000 is the minimum requirement for some conventions to consider you a real media thing. Mm-hmm. So in other words, we're not a real podcast or a real show until we hit 2,000 consecutive, like actual followers / like listeners.
Doesn't matter how many downloads you have. Doesn't matter that you've been to WonderCon in San Diego, which are arguably the biggest shows in America. Yeah. At least run by the biggest showrunner. We'll say that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Our little tiny wimpy name matters to San Diego, but not to companies that sound like I can't even.
You don't have to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say never mind.
You leave it alone.
I was trying to be funny, Francis, and I couldn't, think of how to say.
You don't have to. I'm trying to say it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to say it.
But if you want some more of this wacky hour-ish of wackiness, we're here every Tuesday to do this.
Maybe another day, because we need three more episodes, right, to get associate or whatever.
Something like that, partner or something. I don't know. We'll come up with another day, a bonus day to come up and do the same thing. Maybe a focused thing, a focused rambling. Oh, who was complaining about that earlier? Rugged Monkey.
Rugged.
But yes, join us every week here. If you can't, you can email us at thepoipodcast@gmail.com. Say you don't want to do that. Your email machine doesn't work, but your Twitter machine does. You can do that at POI Podcast or Facebook or something else. I'm not those. Only Instagram
for now. Oh,
Instagram.
God, I keep forgetting. I have a Blue Sky account. I really need to start posting on this.
And maybe one day Blue Sky. We'll see. But maybe that's not good enough for you. You can call, voicemail, or text 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1 because one time, I thought about synergy, kind of. It didn't work out. But, whatever. But that's how you contact us. Do that. You could be on the show with us. We won't be able to see you, but we can hear you. It'd be fun. Anyway, 10 years of doing podcasting, I have no exit to this show.
Just like that, you just like really just.
I just keep rambling. It's because I'm having a good time, Francis, and I, as much as I don't want to, I have to go to bed because I have to be a responsible person. So until we meet again, we'll be here next week. Same bat time, same bat Twitch channel. We're out of here. Bye.